Hi guys, here we are. We're just going having a look at fox den. Now, I've been told by the local farmer who owns this land here that he's seen a couple of fox cubs running about, so he's given me permission to come down and photograph them. Now, if I just flip the screen in a second, you'll see where we are in the heart of the Lancashire countryside. Absolutely stunning. The fox den's down there on that banking, so we're going to have a walk down and just have a little look. I've got a camera up on the den at the minute, which I've been viewing on a regular basis. Now, the vixen was in about 2 hours ago. She's been in and fed the fox cubs. They're still suckling, so they're less than 6 weeks old. Hopefully we're going to get a few pictures within the next few days. It's given a decent wind to be blowing tomorrow, so I'm just going to go down and change the battery on the camera, and then we'll see what footage we get from this afternoon and tonight, and hopefully do a bit of photography tomorrow. And as per usual, as soon as you start filming, helicopter turns up, spoils the sound, but it is what it is. As you can see, there's a few sheep on the field. These young lambs here, not been bothered by the foxes. A lot of it's all wives' tales, to be honest. They do come up here. We've seen them taking afterbirth off the ewes, but we've not had any lambs bothered, and we don't expect to do the fairly big now. So I think there's several foxes on this bit of land here. They don't seem to be causing any problems, so we'll have a wander down and then we'll see what we can see. Hi guys, we're getting down to where the fox had her cubs in the den here on this banking, but she was in these bluebells here. Unfortunately, she's moved them about 60 yards away into a slightly bigger den with 1 or 2 more holes. So this here is where she originally cubbed. Just a single hole. She was in there for about 6 or 7 days after she cubbed, and we did see the cubs come out after about 10 to 12 days. They was absolutely tiny. They was coming out with both the parents. Both the parents was in the hole with them. Now there is another hole slightly up the banking up there. I thought she might have moved them into there, but she hadn't. So she's moved them just about 60 yards away, just across this little spit of field here. There's a small stream with a den in the bushes on the other side, and that's where she's moved them. So we're going to have a walk across there now and see what we can see. We're going to be sort of like in and out, just change this battery on this camera and away, because we don't want to be causing any disturbance. We don't want to move in them again. I'm just having a look where I can get in nice and quiet, probably about 50-60 feet away, 400 with the 1.7 or 2 times converter on, so it gives me a bit of scope for sitting back out the way and just keeping quiet. So we're just going to go down and have a look now. So I'm just going to turn the camera off. Right guys, you can just see the den over there. There's one hole there and another one in the trees there, and here's my camera. That's a little Reolink camera, so that just records everything and sends it back to my phone. So I'm just going to change the battery on that and get out of here as quick as possible. Hi guys, well, we're back down at the foxes. I've kept an eye on these cubs for the last week or so, and I've decided I'm going to photograph her in the next field. The cubs, I'm going to really wait a little bit until they start coming out into the field a bit more, because where they are, it's a bit overgrown, and I don't want to be sat too close and disturbing them, like, you know. So this field here is ideal. She trots across here when she's coming in to suckle the cubs, normally about 8 o'clock at night, She goes across that headland there and sometimes comes down here as a trot about. She's actively hunting for food in this field, so I'm pretty sure I can get some decent footage. The wind is pushing right towards me tonight, so she's not going to get a whiff of me at all. She's not going to have a clue that that I'm here, so she should act pretty natural. This hedgeway here, I'm not going to go across into the next field, there's no point. I'm going to use this hedgeway to put a little bit of camo netting up, just to keep me obscured a bit, and we'll go from there. Right guys, while we've got a minute just sheltering out this rain, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about this place here. So just over to my right now, I'm just going to flip round and show you where we're at. This hedgeway here, we're going to put a little bit of camo netting up down the side of there. The wind's pushing hard towards us. She regularly hunts this field here. I've watched her quite a bit with the binoculars in the morning and evening, so it gives us a bit of an idea where she's going to be hunting like. So we're going to prop ourselves here and we'll go from there. Now, as you can quite hear, there are some chickens in the background, and you're thinking, oh, that's not a good combination. But this gentleman who has his chickens here on cue, the cockerel crowing away, he keeps them penned in properly. He looks after his chickens really well. That's the key to success where foxes are concerned. If you look after your livestock properly, then there's not going to be a problem. If they can't get into your pen, they can't do any damage. Like I've said, with the lambs, we've not had any issues with foxes and lambs. I know people have had problems with chickens and they class these foxes as mindless killers and they come in and kill everything in the pen. Well, yeah, if they get in your chicken pen, they will kill everything. There's no doubt about that. But they're not a mindless killer. They're an intelligent animal, and the reason they do that is because they've found a glut of food, and if left to their own devices, they would come back and move all the carcasses and feed the cubs on them, bury them, put them in the larder. It's like us going to Tesco doing a big shop. You wouldn't be going one day and picking up one item, then go the next day, pick another item up. You'd when you were there, you'd pick everything up that you needed. Obviously foxes haven't got a vehicle to transport all the stuff back to where they need it to get, so they come back and they bury it over the space of a few nights. You know, they're a very wary animal, so they'd be in and out taking the carcasses away. Man intervenes and sees all these dead carcasses and automatically thinks, oh, it's a mindless killer, and it's done that out of spite. This is not true. They're a very intelligent animal that's like looking ahead, and it's looking to its future, making sure it's got food for itself and its cubs like. So we're going to get set up, and we'll get back to you in a short while when action begins. Right guys, this is the view we've got over the field. So we're just waiting for the fox to come through now. It's currently about 8:10. Fingers crossed it should be here within the next 10-15 minutes. So we're just keeping an eye across the fields here, see what's happening. I came down with the binoculars last night. There was actually 3 foxes on here. I think 2 of them was last year's cubs, which is still with the vixen, which has got a fresh set of cubs like. So we'll keep an eye out, and hopefully they'll be here shortly, so we'll get back to you soon.